What's up everybody, Josh back with another horror movie review. So yeah, I said I was going to do this every day leading up to Halloween, failed already, right? Because stuff happens, twisted my ankle, took a vacation, got depressed, stuff happens. I'm going to be recording like 3 of these today because I did watch 3 horror movies since the last time I saw you, and I'm going to post all 3 probably today, if not within the next few days, because I would like to continue the marathon as much as possible. The movie we are talking about right now in this video you're watching is A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. Much like Friday the 13th, probably watched all these, don't remember much. Remember the first one, that was the best one. So real quick before I get into a little more detail about the 4th one, I'll give you a quick overview of my rating of the other movies. The first one, A Nightmare on Elm Street, the very first one, 1984. I rated 4 stars. That's one of my favorites. Definitely, I would say my favorite of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, but horror movies in general. I think they did a really good job with making the nightmares feel like nightmares. Freddy was very creepy, still had his little bit of humor to him as well. Again, I rated it 4 stars. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge in 1985. I rated 1.5 stars. Wasn't great, right? Most memorable thing about that movie is the lead actor's scream.
You've got the body, I've got the brain.
Fantastic, loved that part, but not the rest. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. I rated that one 2 stars, a little bit better than the second one, still wasn't fantastic to me. And now we will be talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master from 1988. Before we get into the review, here is a quick synopsis. Terror beyond your wildest dreams. Dream demon Freddy Krueger is resurrected from his apparent demise and rapidly tracks down and kills the remainder of the Elm Street kids. However, Kristen, who can draw others into her dreams, wills her special ability to her friend Alice. Alice soon realizes that Freddy is taking advantage of that unknown power to pull a new group of children into his foul domain. Wasn't great. Like I've said before, campiness works in some movies and others it doesn't. For me anyway. There's particular one, like the most recent Friday the 13th that I reviewed, A New Beginning. Very corny parts, everything worked. This one was just, this wasn't a great movie. There was a weird running scene, right, where they ran away, and I immediately just thought of the Scary Movie scene where she runs away, which is kind of making fun of specifically Scream, but maybe just horror in general has some weird running away scenes, right? The saving grace of this movie is Freddy Krueger. His corny little one-lines still get me, they're still funny. My favorite scene in this one is probably when the boy's laying on the waterbed and he's looking up, there's a picture of like a girl in a bikini or something. He rolls over and she's inside of his waterbed naked, right, pressed up against it, and he's like, oh my goodness, and he wants to get into the waterbed, and then Freddy Krueger jumps up and grabs him, you know, with his freaking claw there, and he goes, how's this for a wet dream, and pulls him into the waterbed. Great. Freddy Krueger is the only good part of the movie, I would say. So let's look at some of the reviews here. Amaya says 3 stars. Imagine being murdered by a mother effer. Right before you die, he says some shitty one-liner like no pain, no gain. I would come back to life just to call him a nerd and shove him into a locker. Yeah, the one-liners, man. No pain, no gain. There's a woman bench pressing, and he goes and he grabs the bar and like pushes it down, and like her arms like snapped out this way, and he says, no pain, no gain. Haley says 2 stars. Whose idea was it to have a dog pissing fire be the reason for Freddy's resurrection? Yeah, that was such a weird part, right? There's a dog in the nightmare, and it lifts its leg and pisses fire, and that's how Freddy comes back. So weird. Like, that seems like something you'd see maybe on a Shudder movie. My review of Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, I would give it 1.5 stars. The next movie I'm going to be reviewing is going to be Annihilation. We will catch ya in that one. Bye.